Good evening, everyone. In this lecture, as usual, I'm going to be talking about you.
Did you know that your gut health affects not just digestion, but also your brain, immune system, and even your mood? In this video, Dr. Barbara O'Neill will take you step by step through the digestive process and reveal how you can take control of your gut health starting today.
And I'm going to be talking about a very interesting part of your body called the gastrointestinal tract. Your gastrointestinal tract is about 8 meters long. It starts at the mouth and it ends up at the other end.
First, let's talk about the role of the mouth. Digestion starts the moment food enters your mouth, long before it reaches your stomach. It may seem like a simple step, but it's more important than you think.
The mouth is the only area that we have say over when it goes in, we have say over what goes in, we have say over the environment surrounding when it goes in. We also have say over how long it's actually in the mouth. And we also have say over how often it goes in.
So, how you treat this first step makes a big difference in how well your body processes food. That's because digestion doesn't just happen in the stomach, it begins in the mouth. Here, an alkaline environment and specialized enzymes start breaking down key nutrients. One of the first to be processed is starch, thanks to an enzyme called salivary amylase, also known as ptyalin. But
when children are born, they have no teeth and they have no salivary amylase. And the first teeth children have when they're, or develop, usually at around the age of 7, 8, 9, 10 months, 11, 12 months of age, are 4 top teeth and 4 bottom teeth. And those teeth are called milk teeth. Do you know why? That's all baby should have, is milk. But it's also taste time. That's a good time to let your baby have a stick of celery to have a little suck on, maybe a little bit of apple in a net bag to have a suck on, maybe a little bit of cucumber to suck on, maybe a little bit of steamed bean to suck on. It's taste time. And when baby is slowly introduced to food like that, it gives their gut time to adjust to the new flavorings coming in.
as they grow and their molars develop, their bodies start producing salivary amylase, making it possible to digest starch properly. Saturated fats, found in foods like coconut and dairy, also get a head start in the mouth thanks to an enzyme called lingual lipase, which is released from under the tongue. Once you swallow your food, it embarks on a short but crucial journey down the esophagus, eventually arriving at the stomach, a muscular churning chamber designed to break food down even further. Now,
the stomach is the next organ of digestion.
But before food can enter, it must pass through a small gateway called the cardiac sphincter, a tiny but mighty valve that helps keep stomach acid where it belongs. Inside the stomach, things get serious. This environment is highly acidic, and for a good reason, it's essential for breaking down proteins. The stomach produces hydrochloric acid, which activates an enzyme called pepsinogen, turning it into pepsin, the key player in protein digestion. But that's not all HCl does.
Hydrochloric plays a very important role. You see, hydrochloric acid not only unites with pepsinogen to release pepsin that breaks down the protein, but hydrochloric acid is antifungal, antibacterial. So if any fungus or yeast or bacteria happens to be on the food we're eating, if you've got nice strong hydrochloric acid, it basically annihilates it.
Once food leaves the stomach, it enters the duodenum, the first section of the small intestine, where the real breakdown and absorption of nutrients begin. However, the small intestine doesn't work alone. Two powerhouse organs step in to assist, the liver and the pancreas. The liver produces bile, a special digestive fluid that's stored in the gallbladder. Think of bile as a detergent for fats. It breaks them down into smaller droplets, making them easier to digest. Meanwhile, the pancreas jumps into action, releasing 3 essential enzymes.
And the pancreas releases pancreatic lipase. And pancreatic lipase does the final breakdown of the unsaturated fats. They're the long-chain fatty acids. So bile starts it, pancreatic lipase finalizes it. The pancreas also releases pancreatic amylase. And remember, ptyalin is a salivary amylase, so the amylase salivary amylase ptyalase starts the digestion, put on hold in the stomach, comes to the duodenum, and pancreatic amylase finalizes the starch digestion. What's also released in the pancreas is trypsin. And trypsin is the enzyme that finalizes protein digestion. So protein digestion is begun in the stomach and finalized in the duodenum under trypsin and chymotrypsin. So these are two enzymes that break down protein.
But digestion isn't just about breaking food down, it's about absorbing nutrients effectively. The small intestine is lined with tiny finger-like projections called villi.
Bacteria is responsible for the final breakdown, the final touches of digestion. They're particularly important for the release of the B vitamins. That bacteria is also important for the absorption of your nutrients across and into the blood.
But your gut does more than just digest food. It's the control center for your overall health. When it's balanced, nutrients are absorbed efficiently, energy stays high, and everything functions smoothly. However, when things go wrong, harmful bacteria take over, good bacteria struggle, and your entire system feels the impact. So, how can you tell if your gut is truly healthy?
Let me give you a story of a man that came to our health retreat with his wife. He was 68, his wife was 67. I said, "What is your reason for coming to our retreat?" He said, "I'm here to accompany my wife." I said, "Right." I said, "How many bowel movements do you average a day?" Because I did a health assessment on him. He said 6. I said, "Oh, that's a lot." He said, "Yes, I've got irritable bowel." I said, "Oh, are you on medication?" "Yes," and he listed the anti-inflammatories and the cortisones. He said, "Yes, recently the doctor said I can do no more for you." I said, "Oh." And then I looked at what he ate. He loved bread, he loved meat, he loved dairy, and he loved sugar, and he loved a couple of scotches every night.
Unfortunately, all these foods irritate the gut. If your gut is inflamed, these foods are like pouring gasoline on a fire. So, the first step to healing it is simple. Stop feeding the fire and give your gut what it needs. Number 1. Probiotics. These are your gut's best friends. But be careful, medications like cortisone destroy good bacteria, making things worse in the long run. Instead of just masking the problem, focus on restoring balance with probiotic-rich foods like yogurt, kefir, and fermented vegetables. Number 2, fiber-rich foods.
So what this colon needs, and we looked at that a little bit today, it needs fiber. Your vegetables are your highest fiber food. Vegetables are high in fiber, high in minerals, low in sugars. Whereas fruit is high in fiber, but it's high in sugars and low in minerals. So your healing foods are more your vegetable foods.
Number 3, hydration point. Stay well hydrated, but avoid gulping down large amounts of liquid with meals. It dilutes stomach acid and slows digestion. Number 4, give your gut a break. Eating too often doesn't give your digestive system time to reset. Try spacing your meals at least 5 to 6 hours apart to allow proper digestion and recovery. Number 5, manage stress. Lastly, your gut and brain are closely connected. Stress can wreak havoc on digestion, so make time for relaxation, whether it's through meditation, exercise, or simply getting enough sleep. And that's it for today's video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this.